Alright guys, we're going to dip our toes into a little bit of internet drama today because there are some massive things happening that are just worth talking about, so we're going to cover it right here. So I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen this article time and time again from Kotaku, from Alyssa Mercante, saying Sweet Baby Ink doesn't do what some gamers think it does. This article last year was one of the ones that kicked off this entire Gamergate 2 movement, as they've dubbed it, created a lot of the anti-woke backlash, as it's been called, due to the fact that the media industry, the journalists that are out there, tried to run cover for companies like Sweet Baby Ink, which at face value, you could just say, look, if there's a company pushing DEI, I don't want to support the company that's making the product, that's working with them. And that's the end of it. It's a simple boycott of sorts. But of course, the media would not have this because they had to attack the chuds, own the gamers, say if you don't like these things that are being pushed into your games, you're a bigot. And the rest is history at this point. So Alyssa Mercante really made herself the focal point of a lot of the discussion around Sweet Baby Ink and of course the pushback against them. Naturally, we've had a lot of people go at her a little bit harder. I covered her quite a bit the first 6 months of my channel, really blowing up, and then I kind of got bored with her and moved on to other things that were more relevant than she was, because let's be fair, she lost her job at Kotaku due to the fact that Kotaku is a dying dinosaur of a media franchise. They're just not relevant anymore, and as such, they didn't need her, making them look even worse than they already do. That being said, we have seen a lot of the reaction from Alyssa due to the criticism that she has rightfully earned from people like Smash JT. Go after them, file lawsuits against them, say, you can't criticize me and call me names, even though I have said I have done those very things on my own Twitter page. So of course, she filed a lawsuit, I believe back in August of last year, against Smash JT, to which he was able to crowdfund about $61,000 in, war chest of sorts for his attorney fees. Hopefully he doesn't have to dip into too much of that, because I know he had plans to donate some of that if there was money left over. I'd like to see her just kind of go away and let this frivolous lawsuit go, by the wayside, but we'll have to wait and see how that all shakes out. But today we have a massive update. From that Park Place, Smash JT's attorney Ron Coleman files motion to dismiss Alyssa Mercante's defamation lawsuit citing failure to state a claim. This could be huge. Now, Ron Coleman is somebody who you've probably heard of before, and if not, he's a very, very well-established, I believe he specializes in defamation attorney. And of course, this article says YouTube personality Smash JT has taken a significant step forward in his legal battle against former Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante. Smash JT's attorney Ron Coleman of the Dillon Law Group has officially filed a motion to dismiss Mercante's defamation lawsuit, arguing that the case lacks merit on both legal and factual grounds. And again, they have this disclosure due to the fact that Park Place themselves have worked with, of course, the Dillon Law Group in the past and Ron Coleman after Black Girl Gamers tried to file a frivolous cease and desist against that Park Place for covering the DEI consulting company Black Girl Gamers, and of course, Ron Coleman BTFO'd them. So the article says, jurisdictional issues highlighted. In his filing, Coleman's first point zeroes in on the jurisdiction of the case. He notes that Mercante filed her lawsuit in New York, where she resides, despite acknowledging in her own complaint that Smash JT is a resident of California. Coleman argues that there are no claims indicating that Smash JT conducts business in New York, making the choice of venue questionable. Coleman cites legal precedents, pointing out that simply posting content online, regardless of its accessibility to New Yorkers, does not equate to conducting business within the state. Courts have consistently ruled that the availability of allegedly defamatory content online does not establish grounds for a case in New York if the defendant has no direct business ties there. Also, we have failure to state a claim. Beyond jurisdictional issues, Coleman asserts that Mercante's complaint fundamentally fails to state a valid claim for defamation. Guys, we all know defamation is a very, very hard thing to prove. The TLDR in this entire situation, Alyssa Mercante used to at one point be a online digital stripper of sorts, and we'll get to her admitting that herself. She, of course, joked or not joked, you can interpret it however you want to, that she got into the gaming industry because she, quote, sucked the pee-pee, okay? This is Alyssa Mercante's own words, as you can see in the legal filing here. That has been now used, given the fact that Smash JT has used that to criticize her, and people have called her a whore. Again, you can say whether or not that's justifiable or not. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I'm not here to tell you what to think of the woman. But she has tried to say that that is defamation. If you actually go to her own words, this is fantastic. This is when she was on with David Jaffe not too long ago on his stream. David Jaffe, of course, God of War creator, who's decided that his goal in life is to be the most Obnoxious lolcow left-wing streamer imaginable. So he's on his own YouTube channel now, basically trying his best to provoke all the anti-woke gamer chuds, as they would like to label all of us. So just listen to Alyssa Mercante and David Jaffe talk for the next minute and 15 seconds. Again, this is Alyssa Mercante in her own words here, guys.
So some people were like obsessing over it, and then that's when it kind of spun out that people were saying I was a former stripper and all these like horrific things that have been getting spread.
Hey, I got no problem with that. Who cares? You know,
it's more that like,
what is wrong with these fuckers? Why can't you be a stripper?
Now, again, I love that before she can even speak about it, David is over here going, why can't you be a stripper? What's wrong with that?
Why can't you be a sex worker?
I think it's just, again, the demonization of sex work is a huge issue.
It is.
I know horrible. Sex workers. I'm friends with sex.
And again, this whole double standard that we've seen time and time again, especially from feminists, the demonization of sex work. So you want to demonize men for engaging in, let's say, less than chivalrous behavior, but sex workers enable men to engage in that behavior. So what is it? What's the correct answer to this? Should men hire sex workers or shouldn't they? Because I'm of the opinion they shouldn't.
Sex workers, as people know.
I've gone to sex workers.
I've gone to strip clubs. I've gone to plenty of strip clubs. I've thrown bands at strip clubs. I am a huge proponent of that. I also believe that, like, as a woman, men are making money off of you anyway, or they're trying to look for ways to gawk at you anyway. And if
so, Alyssa believes that men are going to make, men are going to benefit from your attractiveness. So you should whore yourself out. Is essentially what she's saying here. And again, those are her own words. This is not me interpreting that some way. She's literally saying it herself.
If you feel comfortable doing this, then do it. The issue that I had and have is that what I did, because I did briefly do cam work, just like digitally stripping. Because I did briefly do cam.
You can see in that moment there, she realized she screwed up. So again, guys, it is not shocking to me that Ron Coleman comes back and says, look, this entire thing is idiotic, at face value, has no merit, should be tossed out. If we have a judge reviewing this who has any sense whatsoever, who has any objectivity, which unfortunately not every not every judge does these days. In fact, a lot of judges are very political. They will dismiss it and say, have a nice day, pay the man's lawyer fees, and get the hell out of my court. But again, we just have to wait and see how this all shakes out. But I am not surprised that Ron Coleman is pushing back and saying, yeah, this needs to be dismissed because it is complete BS at face value and a waste of everybody's time. But I'm going to leave it right here, guys. Let me know what you think of all of this insanity, and I will catch you guys on the next one.